Okay, if I give you a function, you need to know how to write the equation for it. If I give you that graph, that picture, you need to be able to say, oh, I can write the equation for that. How would you start this one? You'd say y equals, I know what shape that is. You got to be able to recognize the three main shapes. That one is a square root. It's a square root function. Now the question is, can you make that have all the right little pieces so that it will create this function right here? All right, I'm going to pause for a second and you give it a try. All right, so this one wasn't that bad. It was just moved 2 to the left, which means plus 2. And then it was moved up from right here. It was moved up, how far? It was up 3, plus 3, like that. All right, now here comes a little bit tougher one. Try this one once. Okay, here you go. You've got a function that I've graphed. You tell me the right equation for this one. I'll pause for a second while you give it a try. All right, so on this one, you start with the y equals. Be honest, how many forgot the y equals at f of x equals? One person. Okay, thanks for being honest. Okay, that's going to happen a lot on the test when the teacher isn't saying, don't forget the y equals. Okay, so try to remember it for yourself. Next, we have to have a square root function. I hope you notice that this is the same function, except this one has been, if it starts this way, would you agree it's been flipped left, right, and up, down? That needs a negative here and here. Then, would you agree that this little dot right here has moved 3 to the left and down 1? That means 3 to the left is like this and down 1 is like that. Now, some of you are going to think that that's the answer then, and it's not. There's one thing missing from almost everybody's. It needs a parentheses right there. I know that's really picky, but if you try graphing it on a calculator, unless you have the parentheses there, that would not work. When you make the whole function flip on the inside, you want to put parentheses around whatever was in there and make a negative on everything. Do you get that otherwise, if you do it the other way, that square root of x plus c and the square root of 3 plus x, aren't they identical to each other? Aren't x plus 3 and 3 plus x the same thing? If I just stick a negative on this one and I just stick a negative on that one, do you see how they are totally different things now? So that's why you can't just do that. You have to have a parenthesis. Now I can say that they're still the same as each other if I put the parenthesis in there. I'm just trying to show you why you can't just throw a negative on the thing in front. You have to have a negative and a parenthesis so that the negative gets distributed to both of them. All right, almost everybody had the parentheses missing on that one. And that's understandable. It's a really easy mistake to make. All right, and last thought on this, domain and range. If you're going to take the green one here, and it's domain and range, I'm going to pause for just a second. You try that one. Okay, domain, how far left? Negative infinity. How far right? It stops right there. So negative infinity to negative 3. Bracket, because it can touch negative 3, never can touch an infinity. Range, how low will it go? If you extend it out, it'll go to negative infinity. How high will it go? The highest it'll go is right to there, which is at negative 1. Bracket on the negative 1, parenthesis on the infinity. How many of you had it right? Okay, awesome. That's all I got for that video.